Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today guys I want to talk about a card that I'll always show to people, and I'll be like, hey, do you think this card has some potential or some has some hidden potential in it that you could use it in a deck? And I have a lot of people say, yeah, this card's got potential, but I don't know what deck to use it in. So I just want to talk about this card and its potential, its downsides, its upsides, and what type of decks that I've tried it out and what type of decks I've seen this card being played in. So first off, I'm going to read the card text, guys, and then we're going to talk about the card. I'm sorry, guys, I still haven't gotten the video editing software, so I can't put the card up here in the corner, but I will read off the card for you guys, and then we'll talk about it. So the card's name is Recycle, if you can't tell. The card's name is Recycle. It's a continuous spell, so you can activate it more than once. During your standby phase, pay 300 life points to select one non-monster card in your graveyard and return it to the bottom of your deck. So because it says one non-monster card, I'm guessing from what I've read on the card and what I understand about the card is you can target one spell or trap. So why do I like the card and why do I think it has potential? Think about it in this term, in this way. You can reuse your power spells and your power traps. You can recycle them, just like the card says, because recycling, it's good for the world. Mandolches recycle their monsters. It must be good for Yu-Gi-Oh! Just recycle those cards those power cards you went through. So you can recycle your Dark Hole. I mean, back when Heavy Storm and Monster Reborn were around, I saw this card being played more because the fact that you could reuse your power spell cards, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm. I mean, who doesn't want to go Heavy Storm twice in one duel? That's pretty powerful there. Or Monster Reborn twice. That's pretty good. But the problem with the card, and now you can also reuse things like your traps, your good staple traps like your Bottomless Sister, your Torrential, your Compulsory Evacuation Device. Cards like that you can reuse over again. The problem with the card, though, and this is the problem, it's not the paying the 300 life points. That's nothing. 300 life points being paid in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is nothing. But the thing is, you don't have a 100% guarantee that by adding that card back, you're going to draw it again. So what type of decks have I seen this card being played in? Well, I've used to see Recycle being played in when E-Dragons were in their prime. So when they had the baby dragons and they had 7 stars and super rejuvenation, I saw this card being played in some E-Dragon builds because they could reuse their power cards like super rejuvenation, 7 stars, all those spell cards. They could just recycle them, put them back in the deck. They weren't really a dead draw. I've also seen Recycle being played in Exodia decks. That's the main time I've seen Recycle being played, and that's how I learned about the card Recycle is being played in Exodia decks because they can just add more of their draw and search cards like Upstart Goblin, Pile of Duality, their 1 gold sarcophagus. They can just reuse those cards and just draw to more cards in their deck and thin their deck out very fast. That's why I've seen Recycle being played the most, because your main objective is to get into Exodia. Some decks I've played around with Recycle guys, some decks that I've played around with, with Recycle in it is Heraldic Beast. I've tried it out in Heraldic Beast Recycle, and it's pretty good. And if you don't know what Heraldic Beasts are, they pretty much have 3 Monster Reborn. They kind of have their own, 3 Miracle Fusion. And then you can also reuse your power traps like Bottomless, Torrential, Compulse. So there's a lot of good cards you can recycle. There's more targets. That's the problem. Another problem with Recycle. It doesn't have a whole bunch of targets, but it's one of those cards that I look at and I read the text and I'm like, I think you got potential, but I don't know how to utilize you to the most of your ability. So I haven't found like a 100% home for this card. It's like one of those cards I say, hey, you got potential, but I don't know what deck to put you in. So that's why I want to talk about this card today, guys, and see if you guys could find a home for this card. I mean, it sits in my binder with, 3 other copies of it. And it sits in this part of my binder where I have like all of these cards that I'm like, I want to build a deck around this. Or it's a card that I believe has a lot of potential, and I'll show to other people, and I'll ask them, can you think of an idea, a deck, a home, a home for this card, somewheres I can put a deck I can build, a home, pretty much. I'm sorry, I'm kind of repeating myself here, but a home for this card, a home where a deck that this card can belong in permanently. It works perfectly well. It meshes together. It works great. Because and I haven't been able to find one ever. So I want to ask you guys, my viewers and subscribers, if you could find a home for recycle. I don't think it's the best amazing card, but I do believe it has some potential. So I want to see what you guys think of the card, if you could try to find a home for the card, and if you could try to find a deck to base this card around. So till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling to all of you, and I just want to talk about this little card today. And until next time, Seto Kaiba, I'm out of here, guys. Take care, everybody.